Okay, I'm just gonna hope that I can be heard and that the audio isn't that bad. And I'm just gonna hope that the lighting isn't that bad, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. Every time I put myself in front of like a camera, I don't know. People say that they have like a persona in front of a camera, but I don't really think I have a persona. I think I'm always scared to say things. I'm always scared to be honest. I haven't made a video in forever, and I keep thinking, oh, I should make a video today, but then I can't because life just gets too busy and too much things happen. These are wristbands from events that I've been to recently, and I just never took them off, but whatever. It's late, and I'm tired, but today is a day full of thoughts, and I figured maybe I could record some of these late night thoughts just because typically whenever I'm thinking a lot throughout the day, I hate it and it's awful. You know, it's like I'm just trying to escape my own thoughts throughout the day typically. But not today. I don't know. Somehow today I kind of want to fall deeper into my thoughts. Like they're not as irritating. They're more pleasant today. More intriguing. I don't know. I'm always scared to be honest whenever I'm making a video. Like, I feel compelled to tell the truth and to share how I truly think or feel, but it's also like you get in trouble whenever you say how you actually feel or think about a situation. I don't know. Truthfully, if I say something I don't like, I'll probably just take the video down anyway. I'm indecisive like that. It's late at night. Not too late. I mean, could be worse. It's just late enough. It's late enough to where I should be sleeping, but not too late to where it's outrageously unacceptable. I wish I could say more about what's going on, but I fear I would get in trouble. I don't know, like, I kind of left a lot of people on an interesting cliffhanger. I made a video and then I posted it, like, a few people saw it, and then I took it down, like, shortly after, and those people are probably like, what? What happened? Because the last video I made was, like, somewhat concerning. I don't know. I would just say so much has been going on in such little time that there's not even time to breathe anymore. So, I don't know. I want to make videos, but it's hard to make videos whenever you can't tell people about everything. So I'm just gonna talk as though I'm not gonna post this. Who knows if I will or not. But I'm just gonna say whatever I want to say, and if I don't like it, I'll just delete it, or I won't post it, or I don't know. So someone in my life is very, very sick. An immediate family member is very, very sick. They had COVID a while ago. They recovered from COVID. And then, I don't know, no doctors know what's going on now. They have like some severe memory issues and like some severe cognitive issues. It's like they have dementia, but it's not dementia. It's exhibiting all the signs and symptoms of dementia, but it's not dementia, because every doctor has already ruled out dementia. We've seen so many different doctors, and all of them say the same thing. They don't know what's wrong with him. Some of them think it could be like a long-term symptom of COVID, but they don't know, because most people who have, like, the COVID long haulers, most people who have long-term symptoms of COVID don't have this problem. I don't know. All I know is that you would be amazed how things can go from bad to worse. it's interesting because so much has happened from November all the way to now, and it's only a few months, but so many big drastic events have happened. And in a weird way, I've stayed extremely positive about the whole thing. It's like whenever something happens, I still have this overwhelming thought process and urge to say, well, things will improve. And it's weird because, I don't know, I've been told before that I'm a very negative person by a few people. There was one person, I don't even talk to them anymore, but there was one person who, like, made it very clear that they thought I was a negative person. And I don't know, I think that kind of stuck with me for a bit. And I don't think that's why I'm more positive now. I think the reason I'm more positive now is because, well, one, I'm not getting, like, abused by that person anymore. Like, there was a person in my life, and I'm not gonna say they're, like, abusive or some shit, but there was definitely some things about the relationship I had with them that were abusive and toxic towards me. And I think the reason why I'm not so negative anymore, like, it's funny because you can be like, oh, you're so negative. Well, yeah, of course I'm negative if you're treating me like shit. Of course I'm pretty negative. Like, I'm gonna feel pretty bad all the time if you're treating me badly, but I don't know. I think I don't know why I just recently I've had this overwhelming sense of, if so many things can go wrong all at once, someday so many things have to go right all at once. And I don't know where that comes from, but who knows? It's interesting because the first bad thing happened, and then I tried to take that bad thing and turn it into a positive back in November. And then that didn't work out, and I got hit with some more crushing disappointment, and then I tried again, and I found something new, and then that didn't work out. And then I did something different, and it looked like things were going to get better, and then that also didn't work out. And there was a cycle of getting my hopes up only to have them be crushed over and over again, and that cycle continued for a long time. I guess it's still kind of continuing. I guess I'm still in it. I'm just more self aware now. I don't know. I keep thinking, okay, my luck is finally going to change and turn around, but I don't know. Hard work can take you very far, but also it can't take you everywhere. You know, this is a random thought that I was having earlier today, but it's just, people say that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem, but what they don't realize is that the problems of life are nothing but, like, everlasting. Those problems aren't actually temporary, and I don't mean to be sad or dramatic, but in my mind, things don't get better, they just get worse in a different way. I'm not saying that's necessarily wrong, it's just a pattern of life. You know, things are always changing. I think the only thing you can really count on in life is change and endings. You know, like, you can guarantee that you'll die one day, you can guarantee that things will end. You can guarantee that all relationships will end, all situations will end in one way or another. And you can also guarantee that things will change, nothing will stay the same. I think the only constant in life as we know it in our universe is just endings and change. I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with that. It's just a fact of life. I don't know. You know, There's so much to say, but every time I put myself in front of a camera, I just think, be careful what you say, what will people think? I don't know. I always say I don't know. When I say I don't know, I do know. I just don't want to tell you what I'm thinking. I say I don't know, I swear, like in all of these videos. It's like, I do fucking know. I fucking know. I just don't want to share with the class. I, um, I think what's interesting about like being stuck in a situation where an immediate family member of mine is so severely ill is that like now I'm having to take care of them, and it's it's weird because I'm gonna get in a tough corner now. Fuck. It's weird because, well, let's just say I don't even have the best relationship with this person, right? Or I don't know, I don't have a bad relationship with them. It's just they put me through some things throughout childhood. I'll phrase it that way. They put me through some things. We're gonna phrase it that way. Because I don't know how to tell you what's going on without telling you what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, show me without showing me. um, I went through some things during childhood because of this person, and almost trauma related things, and now, like, I just turned 18 not too long ago, and the idea was that I'd like leave the household sometime after graduation and like, you know, do my own thing and try and struggle to live life, but I don't know. It seems like I'll be staying under their roof for a long time now because they need someone to watch them now, and nobody else is gonna do it. So, it's like if you do everything for other people, they'll rely on you and expect you to do things for them. But also, if you don't do those things for other people, no one's gonna do it. And then they're gonna be screwed, so you feel like you have to. And don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't have any love for this person. I care about this person. It's just, I was so close. So close to being out, so close to being free. So close. But it's alright. Such is life. I don't know. I just, another random passing thought. People who say that those who kill themselves are selfish, like if you commit suicide, you're a selfish person. People who say that, honestly, fuck you. Like, I don't know what to say to you other than why, like, you clearly don't get it. Tell me you've never felt that way without telling me you've never felt that way. And oh god, now I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm not saying that I could understand why you'd feel that way. Like, if someone in your life dies by suicide, you could possibly take it as a personal offense. You could possibly say, oh, well, you know, they left me here and they're an asshole. But honestly, I feel like most people who have been suicidal, or most people who really spend enough time thinking about it, can figure out that they didn't mean it in a selfish way. Or at least, I mean, I don't speak for suicidal people. I don't know. But I feel like the majority of suicidal people, they don't, people who kill themselves, they don't kill themselves in order to spite people, usually. Not usually, anyway. Um, and whenever they think about the people they love and the people who love them, typically people who kill themselves don't really feel loved by anyone. You know what I mean? And so whenever they kill themselves, the reason why they don't worry about leaving you behind, the reason why they don't worry about your feelings, is because they think you don't give a shit. Like, they genuinely, like, or they think that they're better off. Like, they either think that you don't give a shit or they think that you're better without them. And so it's like, either they think you're gonna be way better off without them or you don't give a shit, or maybe they think both. But it's like, when you're in that mental headspace, it's pretty obvious that you feel as though no one cares, and you feel as though you're like a burden to life in general. So obviously, like, obviously they didn't think that they'd be hurting you, you know? It was not an intentional pain caused. Not to diminish anyone's pain, because it's still pain nonetheless, but it wasn't intentional. At least not most times. Plus, I think about it and I'm like, you're the selfish one. Like, fuck you. They killed themselves. They died, they killed themselves, and all you can do is think about yourself. Ah, my phone's about to die. I should be recording this on a camera, but I'm just too lazy to set up a camera right now. But I don't know. I'm just saying, like, they literally killed themselves, and all you can do is think, how dare they leave me? Or why would they put me through this pain? And I'm like, it's not about you, bitch. Like they killed themselves. They ended their life. They didn't end yours. It's not about you. Like, not everything's about you. Maybe they weren't thinking about you. And if they really did love you, chances are they probably were thinking about you, but not in the way you're assuming. They were thinking that you would be better off. They were thinking in your best interest, you know? Even if it wasn't actually in your best interest, that's what they thought. You know what I'm saying? So, it reminds me of this one time. Damn it, I can't say that. That's another thing. I wish I could share more of my life with the internet. But I kind of live in a situation, it's such a fine line that I'm walking, and honestly, I'm already crossing it. But I kind of live in a situation where I cannot share certain details with the internet, or else I'm gonna face repercussions in my own life. And plus, there's certain things that in the moment I feel like I'm fine sharing, and then later on I think about it and I'm like, never mind, I take it back. But most of the time, I want to share things, I just can't share things because of certain circumstances. But there was a time, and I have to be so fucking general about this. I wish I could just outright tell you everything, but there was a situation that someone was in where someone came and talked to them after, like, a suicide attempt, and I remember hearing about this. Or, yeah, anyway, I remember hearing about this, and they were like, what could I do? What did I do that, like, made you feel this way? Am I not good enough for you? And all I can think is, first off, manipulation. Second off, like, gaslight. Like, third off, it's like, way to make someone else's pain about you. And it's like, I understand if you blame yourself for, you know, someone else hurting themselves, someone in your life. Like, I understand that. I feel like that's a normal human feeling. But to then in turn get mad at that person because of your own self blaming and be like, oh, what did I do? Like, oh, am I not good enough for you? Those type of phrases, those kinds of words, it's like, literally, fuck you. Not helpful. Not only not helpful, but also, it's not about you. I feel like people sometimes think of people in relation to them and only in relation to them. I swear to you, there's some people in my life, especially men, who forget that I'm a human being outside of them, who forget that I'm a human being with my own life and my own story outside of the story that they live. You know what I mean? They just forget that I'm more than a side character. You know? Like, they only think of me in relation to how they see their life. And it's just, I know this is like not a very profound thing to say, and everybody says this, but like, people live their own lives, they go through their own struggles. You shouldn't just see people from your perspective and your perspective alone. It's just, I don't know. I think about all the ways that different people see me and how I fit into different people's lives. And sometimes I just wish I wasn't in anybody's life. so I didn't have to be branded or labeled a certain way by anyone. I could just live life on my own terms and be, do, and say whatever the fuck I wanted to. And that's not how society works. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's people who just, they see me as an extension of themselves, not as my own separate human being. They see me in relation to what I can do for them and not me as a person. But that's everyone. Everyone, I'm sure, has people in their life that treat them that way. Not very special. That's everybody's problem. Who knows? I don't know. It's just, I was talking to a person in my life yesterday. Again, I hate being general, but I literally have to be general. I was talking to a person in my life yesterday, and they wanted to get out of a toxic situation. They wanted to leave something. I can't. I need to be general. They wanted to leave something, and I think about it, and yeah, it's probably in their own best interest to leave that situation. But I, I, I had to kind of think about it from an outsider's view, if that makes sense. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I just realized that that story makes no fucking sense unless I explain the whole damn thing and stop being general and give you specifics, but I can't fucking do that. This video would be so much better if I could just tell you everything. I can say that I've gotten really good at looking for the small moments of joy in my day-to-day life. I mean, you have to. It's the only way you can properly live. I'm gonna be honest with you, I hate my life. But there's like small things that I really enjoy about it. Small moments. Whether that's like playing music and dancing in the mirror. You just dance to yourself in the bathroom mirror for fun. I did that today. Or if it's like, I don't know, going and jumping in mosh pits, like at some crappy dive bar late at night with friends. That's fun too. It's a personal favorite of mine. Or if it's, I don't know. There's small moments. Or whenever I'm having to rewatch the same movie or show for the 100th time because Mr. Dementia wants to see it again and again and again. Like, being able to quote the lines after a while is kind of fun. I don't know. I wish I could tell you more about my life, honestly. Not because I think it's overly interesting, just because I like to share things mostly so I can look back at them. I don't typically watch my old videos because I don't like watching them. Like, they're not fun for me, but I do like reading the comments, and I do. There is like one or two videos that I privated that I like to sometimes look back on and watch, and that's because there's another person in the video with me, and it's just fun to see. But I don't know. I I realize that I get addicted to things so easily and so quickly. I have a very addictive personality. The other day, I realized while I was driving, it just kind of hit me almost. Um, and I had realized this before. This was something that I was already self-aware about, but it kind of hit me in a bigger, more profound way, I guess, while I was driving. I was driving home, and I started to think about how a relationship that I had with a certain person from my past was really just me, like, repeating and reenacting, like, previous trauma from, like, probably, like, my parents' relationship. I'm saying too much now, fuck. I'm not being general enough. Oh well. Um, and I thought about it and I was like, they're doing the same. Like, me and this person just reenacted what happened between each of our respective parents. And it doesn't mean that I don't love that person or care about them. It's just like the whole thing was just me subconsciously trying to fix a wrong, trying to, you know, win the narrative this time around. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm making sense, but that's fine. And I was like, damn. It made me blame myself a little less for staying in toxic situations, but also, I don't know. What a waste of time to have history repeat itself. It's funny because one of my siblings is doing that kind of right now. They're in a situation where I can totally and clearly see that history from 20 years ago is repeating itself now today. History likes to repeat itself. Always, over and over again. And then I thought to myself, maybe if he had just gone to therapy, maybe that wouldn't have happened. Who knows? Can't really blame him. I think the reason I struggle to be honest and just like tell a camera exactly what's going on is because I keep hearing the voice of judgment in my head. Like, I just hear people, I don't know, like, I know people are great and it would suck to be the last person alive on Earth, but I also think about it and just having quietness, just like having no one else there to judge me, like having no one else be able to tell me what they're thinking about me. It sounds really nice. And I know, like, I shouldn't care what people think, and I'm trying. I get relatively better at it each year. It's a work in progress, but I would say part of the reason why it's so hard is because I grew up in an environment that, I was literally told from a young age that however I thought and felt, it didn't fucking matter. Like, it only mattered what the people around me thought and felt, and how they thought and felt about me was like the utmost importance in my life growing up. So now it's just like I literally live my life for other people. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, the way I live my life, and I'm trying to fix it. It's just in the situation that I'm currently in, I can't give too many details, but in my current circumstance, it's almost impossible to do that. I'm literally living my life for other people, and I don't know. You live your life for other people so much, and you just, after a while, you forget what it is that you want. Like, you think about what you would do if you could do anything, or what you would want to do if given the opportunity, but after a while, it turns into a fantasy that you daydream about, and once it stops being a daydream, it becomes a memory. You just, I think there's so many people going on autopilot in life, just going through the motions, especially since time is the one thing that I can never, ever get back. No matter what I do, no matter how much I think about it, no matter how much I stress about it, no matter how much I worry, no matter how much I cry, no matter what I do, I'm never getting time back. It will forever be seconds gone. I can theoretically get almost anything else back. If you lose a relationship, you can find another relationship. Maybe not the same kind, maybe not the same kind of love, but you can find a different kind of love. If you lose happiness, you can find a new kind of happiness. If you lose money, theoretically, you can go out and make more money. You can get almost everything back to some degree, in some way or another, but you can't get time back. And so then why then does our society make us spend time We spend so much time of our lives doing shit we don't want to do, doing shit we do, like, doing shit that we hate, doing shit that we're not interested in, doing shit that we don't want to do. We've literally created a society in where we go to work every day and hate our jobs and then come home and prepare for work and go to sleep and then do it all over again. Like, it's just, what a perfect way to breed miserable people than to just send them to work every day doing shit they don't want to do. And most people don't want to do their jobs. And even if you do like your job at first, nobody can realistically like it if they do the same thing over and over again every day forever. That's that's fucking hell. I think I'd get bored of doing the same thing every day at the same time every day within like a week. You can't fucking do that. That's just not realistic. It's not realistic to be happy that way. At least not fully fulfilled. Maybe somewhat happy if you really work at it. If you really try, you can maybe be somewhat happy, but I think to be truly fulfilled that way, I feel as though that's just not realistic. Time is the one thing we can never get back, yet we spend so much time wasted. I don't know. I don't want to sound negative, but who gives a fuck? Why am I worried about sounding negative? I literally don't care anymore. If the truth is negative, fuck it. The truth is negative, but I'd rather say the truth. There are many truths that are positive, and I talk about those things too, but to ignore the negative truths, it's ignoring pain. And I think about it now, like now that I'm really thinking about it, and that person like a while ago that told me I was negative, right? They were just ignoring their own pain all the time. They were just repressing their own pain. Maybe I'm not negative, maybe I'm just bold enough to face my shit. Like maybe. I don't know. I mean, they'd be negative too if they were actually working through their own issues instead of just avoiding them and pushing them down. Who knows? It's like I don't want to offend anyone because I don't want to upset anyone, hurt anyone, or make anyone not like me. But then another part of me wants so deeply to offend people. Because imagine if you lived your whole life and didn't offend anyone. You didn't push any boundaries, you didn't challenge anyone's line of thinking, you didn't change anything about the world or society at large. What a fucking waste of life. Like, what a fucking waste of your time. It's like to offend someone is to make them think, it's to challenge them. I don't know. I don't want to offend people for the sake of offending them. I want to offend them to make them realize that there's life outside of what they were told. Who knows? Sometimes I just want to get away from people. This video probably makes me sound very angsty and dramatic, and I don't mean to sound angsty and dramatic. But maybe I am an angsty and dramatic person. Who cares? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Life is so short but so long. You know, people say life is short, and I guess when you look at it from one moment that you're in, it is, but I don't think it's that life is short. I think that being alive and truly enjoying life is short. Life is actually very long. If we actually enjoyed every day, life would be so long and so beautiful and amazing. But the reason why life is short is because we spend most of our life working, most of our life doing shit we don't want to do, most of our life being with people we don't want to be, being around situations we don't want to be around. We spend our lives miserable and we only have a sliver of happy moments. We'll only have a few moments where we're truly content. And that's why life is short. Life is short because we're not fully utilizing it. There's so much more of life to live and we're just not experiencing it. I know nothing I'm saying is deep or profound, it's just thoughts. People say that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. They're so wrong. People who kill themselves typically kill themselves over problems that they're going to struggle with their entire life. It's like, if you're a suicidal person and you eventually recover and get better and you don't feel that way anymore, and then say 10 years down the line you feel that way again, chances are you're going to feel suicidal again for the same reasons you felt the first time. My phone's gonna die. I'm not saying you should kill yourself. That's not what I'm saying. Please, nobody kill yourself. Oh my god, that'd be awful. Please, no. Don't kill yourselves. Speaking of killing yourself, what's this shit about life purpose? People are always like, oh, my life purpose is Lord, God, Jesus, my savior, shit like that, right? I mean, I'm an atheist, so none of that shit means anything to me, but people just create different things for their life purpose. Some people say that their life purpose is another person, like whenever they're in a relationship that they love, or they say it's their family, or they say it's their career, whatever it is, right? And people are always like, what's the meaning of life? There is no meaning of life, at least not in my mind. That doesn't mean life is not valuable. It doesn't mean it's not important or special. It's just that there's no meaning. There's no purpose. There's no purpose to life. There's no reason why we're all here. I mean, I think the reason why everyone is like so hell-bent on finding a purpose or a reason why we're all here is because humans can't understand why you should do something without a purpose. You know? Like, they're always looking at things in terms of a goal. And that's partly because our society has really fucked us over. But, I feel like people just think of life in terms of like there has to be a purpose because everything else in their life has a purpose. It's like, if you save a bunch of money, the purpose is because you want to buy a house. Or if you invest a lot of time and energy into a relationship, the purpose is because you see a future with that person. Or if you invest a lot of time learning to play an instrument, the purpose is because you want to be a musician. There's like a purpose for those things, right? People can't figure out that I was born and now I'm here, and, you know, why is there no purpose? Why is there no end goal? It's like, and some people say there's an end goal, like fucking, there's some religious people who say that shit. They're like, the end goal is to make it to heaven. I'm like, well, fuck that. Be happy now. Fuck that. Don't create a beautiful world, like, in your head that you're gonna go to when you're dead. I mean, if that's comforting for you, sure. I mean, vibes, but don't wait until you're dead to be happy, because, well, personally, I don't believe that that's gonna happen. I don't think there's an afterlife for any of us. Um, but even if you do think there's an afterlife, why not try and make this life and the like best thing you can make it? Why not try to make this life beautiful? Like, why the fuck are you so worried about the beauty that you're gonna see in the next life? It's like fucking stupid. You're here now, so I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like people can't figure out that there doesn't need to be a purpose. And if it really bothers you, you can assign yourself a purpose. Like, in my head, a lot of times I say my purpose is to be a songwriter one day. Well, the big thing that I always tell myself is my purpose is to help other people. I always say my purpose is to do the best that I can for the world at large, like, for as long as I can. Do the most that I can, and it's I really think about it as like, if I know something evil is happening and I do nothing to stop it, I am worse than whatever is happening. There is nothing worse than to be a bystander. If I see something terrible happening and I let it happen, I am contributing. I've chosen a side and I'm on the wrong side. I don't know. I don't mean to sound all morally superior because I'm not, but if I had to give myself my own purpose, it'd probably be just to not be a bystander. If I see an issue, see it through and fight to the very end to do everything I can in my power to make it better. To not give up on other people, no matter how many times they've given up on me. I don't know. I mean, I don't think that there's like an actual purpose assigned to life, though. I think that's such utter bullshit and bullcrap. There is no meaning to life other than the one that you assign to your own personal life. And that's not really a bad thing, though. I mean, think if there was an actual ascribed meaning to life that we all knew about and we all just were told to do the same thing. If everyone's exact reasoning and I'm not making sense, I'm tired. If everyone's exact purpose was the same. See, because there is no actual purpose and we all make it up as we fucking go along, we get to make up our own shit. Your life is not really truly your own, though. Because, like, you spend all your time at work or school or whatever it is you do. And you spend all your life thinking about the things that you want to say to people, but you don't actually say it to them because you know that there's consequences to what you have to say. There's always consequences to telling the truth. And it's like, do you lose everything that you have and be honest? Or do you lose yourself from not being honest? I don't know. Telling the truth about things is something none of us are truly allowed to do. People always say with politics, they say, oh, well, the left is in censorship, and maybe to some extent, but not really. And then they say, oh, well, the right is into censorship, and yeah, probably, but it's not even about politics or about a side. And trust me, I don't fuck with Republicans. I don't. I'm not a Republican sympathizer. But I don't know. I don't think, how do I say? I don't think it's about politics necessarily. I think the idea of censorship, it's a societal idea. Even in societies where we say we have free speech, or we say, legally you're allowed to say anything you want, it doesn't mean you're actually allowed to say or do anything you want. There's consequences to every action. And so, if I tell the truth about how I really feel, like if I say how I feel about any number of issue, like if I talk about a specific group, for example, you don't think that specific group's going to come after me? And it's like, if whatever opinion you hold isn't the popular opinion at the time, consider yourself fucked. Consider yourself fucked. I don't know. I wish I didn't have to worry about what anyone else was thinking. But in order to ensure your own life safety, you literally have to. Especially as a woman. If you're a female, I feel like a big part of living is worrying about what everyone else is thinking about you. And, I mean, everyone does that, but for women it's worse. And I feel like a big part of being female is, oh no, does he like me? Does he not? Or a big part of female is like, oh no, I'm walking down the street. Is he going to kill me? Is he going to rape me? Like, I don't mean to get dark. It's just true. Like, in order to be female, I feel like you literally have to appease a lot of men around you in order to ensure your safety. It's like being at the constant whim of people. And the other day I was talking to the person in my life who has those dementia-like symptoms, the person who's very sick, and I told him, I was like, he was having a meltdown, and I was like, hey, I need you to just relinquish control for a little bit. I need you to just breathe, not worry about shit that you can't control, not get worked up about things that are small, things that don't matter, because some things you just cannot control. And then I was like, it's like you're a woman. You're at the mercy of people and circumstances that are outside of your control. And we all are at the mercy of things outside of our control, but for women, it's like, I was like, you have to just listen to people and you have to follow along with what they say sometimes. Sometimes it ensures your safety. And I was talking to him in relation to a situation, and this story isn't making sense because I can't give specific details. It would make more sense if I could tell you the specifics, but I can't. I'm gonna wrap this up soon because I've been talking for way too long in this video. I don't even know how long it is. I'm gonna cry just looking at how long it is, but I initially started making videos and I wasn't gonna post them. I was just gonna, keep them on the internet for myself, like private them just so I could watch from back, like it kind of like video diaries. But it's like time capsules. But then I figured, why not share them with the internet? So yeah, I just I want to get better every day, and I want to try and make myself be more honest with myself and with the world. I kind of want to I want to tell the truth about things. I've always been a big believer in honesty, but the truth is that telling the truth is going to get you in trouble. It's hard to do as well. Like, after a while, as you get older, and I'm not even very old, but already I feel like it's happening to me, you're just more and more conditioned to just not be honest. You're more and more conditioned to hide your feelings, to hide your thoughts. It's like, hide who you are, put on clothes, put on a face, and then just walk outside and act normal in front of other people. Like, we're all just constantly putting on a show for each other. I don't know. I want to be more genuine, but I can't help but worry about how others think. Because, you live life with other people. I share planet Earth with these people. I share a home planet. I gotta, like, get along with them to some extent. It's like, yeah, I want people to like me, but I think it's such a female thing to worry about if other people like you before you've even thought about if you like them. And with that, I'm going to leave you. And if you were offended, sorry, I guess. I don't know. I don't care anymore. Okay, maybe I'll sleep. What time is it? Oh, I was gonna reach over and grab my phone. This is my phone.